Okay, today we're going to learn the halacha of kashrus of medicine and vitamins. And I'm not talking about medicine or vitamins that are sugar-coated or chewable or in any shape and form edible. I'm talking about things that you cannot eat them, they're not chewable, they're not sugar-coated, something that even bitter, you swallow them. So if they need kashrus, that's the halacha. If the medicine and vitamins need kashrus. Okay, so we'll start from the Rambam in Yisoda HaTorah, Perek Hey, Halacha Ches, says like this. B'med dvorim amurim shen misrapim b'shar isurim elo mokem sakona. You have a heter b'mokem sakona. Pekuach nefesh doicha hakol, you could have refuah from shar isurim. Was mansham derech hano'oson. When you take something in a normal way, they take the sick man and they give him shkotzim v'remosim. That's also min haTorah. The way they are, he's eating dvarim asurim, but chelesh b'mokem sakona, so that they're allowed to. Oy chometz b'Pesach, somebody very sick, chometz b'Pesach, normally you cannot eat it. Also chayav koros, but over here they allow him because of mokem sakona. Or shemachil also b'yom kippurim. Somebody is very sick, you're allowed to give him food b'yom kippurim. Talk about obviously extreme people that's extreme sickness, that's sakonas nefoshes. Aval shaloi derech hano'oson. But if you eat something that's not the normal way of eating the things. Gon. Shoysim lo retio melugma mechometz or meorla. For example, you take chometz that's osur and you convert it to a medicine. Or orla is osur. The first 3 years osur ba'achilo ba'hano, and you convert it to some kind of medicine. Not derech achilo. Oy shemashkin oysa dvarim shesh b'hem mar me'urav imisura meichel. Or you take regular food and you put over there something bitter. It's not anymore edible. Share en b'hem hano lecheich. Meaning at this point, the whole isur of Torah, when you enjoy it as a food, it says a taste in your mouth. Over here, there's no more taste. It's bitter. Hareza mutar va'afilu shelo b'mokem sakona. That it says you're allowed to take all those things. Chametz Pesach, if you put on it something that destroyed it, it's bitter. Or on Yom Kippur, you're not allowed to eat. You're eating something bitter, not edible. It says mutar, even there's no sakona. However, he brings exception. Chutz mikilei akerem. Kilei akerem, the Torah asks that bosser b'cholov, as we know, it's one of the isurim. It's not just 3 things. Bishul, achila v'hano. Shem asurim afilu shelo derech hano'oson. Over there, if it's not derech hano'oson, even you put in bosser b'cholov something bitter that's not edible, you cannot take it. Lefichach en misrapim em afilu shelo derech hano'oson elo mokem sakona. So going back, mokem sakona, you could do anything. Pekuach nefesh doicha hakol shelo mokem sakona. Besides bosser b'cholov v'kilayim, if it's destroyed, if you put over there something bitter or it was destroyed on its own, you made out of it a medicine, so it says you're allowed to do it. That's the lashon of the Rambam. I read you the Rambam. Okay, so according to this, medicine that was before it's coming to your mouth, any medicine, it's whatever it's derived from, whether it's from pig meat or anything, chometz, if it's already before it comes to your mouth, it lost its definition of food. It was destroyed already, or they put something bitter over there. It's not edible anymore. You don't enjoy it. And you have no zero enjoyment when you swallow it or eat it. So Rambam says clearly it's mutar.
Are you chayshiv for those things you mentioned, klei akarim and?
No. So, except of the 2, it's right. Osur, basar b'cholov and klei akarim. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, those the only 2 exceptions Rambam brings, basar b'cholov and klei akarim. They are osur. As we're going to see soon other opinions, but that's the opinion of the Rambam. Okay, so according to this, you see, according to the Rambam L'choira, if you have a medication on Pesach or vitamins, that even let's say you have chashash, they're coming out of, they're derived from chometz, you're allowed to have it, because that something mar, either they put something bitter over there or they just destroy them, remake them already. It's not food anymore. So the choyre from Rama Mashma, it's mutar. However, you could argue the one, if you remember when we learned one of the shiurim, that the Rosh says, even the chama that burned, it became to ashes. It's absolutely become afra ba'alma. However, he said, if somebody is going to eat it, by him it's achshavei. That was the chiddush of the Rosh. The Rambam does not hold from it. It doesn't mention anywhere if you're eating the burnt chametz, it become back food. So you argue maybe that the shita of the Rambam, the Bahim does not such thing achshavei, that after it becomes already ashes or become destroyed, it's lost. It's not anymore food. That it's ba'al mahu. So Mamela, you could say it's only l'shitosai. However, you could say maybe l'shitas harosh, that when you're eating it, it's achshave, like you're reviving it for you, al kol ponim, would be also midrabanan. We said that the Taz, we brought the Taz, they said it's also midrabanan only. So maybe according to him, that would be still osur.
Is swallowing considered derech
Oh, we're going to talk about it. So I'll tell you, that we're going to leave for another shiur. If swallowing, it's called eating or not. But I'm trying to divide the small pieces, avoiding this Indian. But l'choira, you might say, according to the Rosh, that would be allowed. Okay, so let's see now what the Shulchan Aruch and the Ramo, how they paskin legabe this Indian. And Hilchas Avodah Zorah, Kuf Nun Hey, I'm reading first of the Tur. It says like Bachol Misrapim. And anything you could have refuah, afilu be'isura and mokem sakona. That's what the Rambam says. So far, the same thing. Or afilu shelo b'mokem sakona, imu shelo kederech hanoosay. If you use a isur shelo kederech, not in the regular way, kagoin maniach chaylev, you take a chaylev, the fat of the behemoth that we're not allowed to eat. He says shel shor aniskol. Shoraniskol also we're not allowed to have any. It brings Shoraniskol as a bigger chiddush. Over there you cannot have no hanoah from it. Like the Gemara says, "Uval shor noki meaning is no zero hanoah from Shoraniskol." And you put al gaba makosa. You're putting it on a wound you have. But that's hanoah. Look, the isur of Torah kederech hanoah. That's not derech hanoah. People don't put chaylev fat on your wound. That's not the male, it's be allowed. V'kayoytzava chutz b'ba'atzei elil. So the shin that Hilchas Avodah Zorah over here, where the Tur brings it, says, if it's something derived from Avodah Zorah, that you're not allowed to have. That says, lo yidbak biyotcha me'uma. You cannot have anything from Avodah Zorah, any hanoah, even shloka derech hanoah would be osur. So that's what the Tur brings over here. The Darcham Moshe over here on the Tur, he brings from the Beis Yosef from Simon Pei Dalet. He says like this: the Beis Yosef from Orchos Chaim, Mutar lisraf sheretz v'lo'ochloi. You're allowed to burn something that's not allowed to eat with the rice, the sheretz, and after you burn it, you're allowed to eat it mishum refuah. Huh?
Never mind. Sorry.
Why? Why are you allowed to do it? You burn the sheretz at some kind of refuah. Let's say this cricket is good for something. You burn it and you're eating it. You're allowed to do it. The afra b'almahu at kan l'shoyna. That's what the Beis Yosef bring. The Darcham brings from the Beis Yosef from the Orchos Chaim. It's afra b'alma. At that point, it's not anymore a sheretz. It's not anymore a cricket or any other shrotzim with a shmoyne shrotzim that they mentioned in Torah. It's not anymore any meichel because it's afra b'almu. The mutar lister of isur, any isur you're allowed to burn. V'le'echol efra mishum refuah afilu lechoyle shen bo sakana the chol hanisrofim efram shore. Anything that you burn, the ashes become mutar. Miu be isura hano yes lesapek. Isura hano, as we said, it would be bosor v'cholov kilayim, things of that nature. That would be a sofek if you're allowed to do it. And that's what the Rambam says. It's osur of bahim. It's a sofek. And then the b'tshuvas bar sheshes siman reish nunay matir av b'isura hanoah chutz mi'isura avodah zorah. That's exactly like the Tur over here. That even isura hanoah you allow the Tur only asks isurs that come derived from avodah zorah. Okay, so far.
He said a few b'makom sakana. So even for preventative medicine, for vitamins, you could do such a thing.
No. You're talking about the mokem sakana. You're allowed to do even more than that. Talking about the mokem shalom mokem sakana.
Right.
So, again, we see from the tour so far, we don't see anything consuming medicine. He only brought an example of putting it on a wound, putting the chaylev on the wound. But here is the lashon of the mechaber. B'shar isuri misrapim b'mokem sakon av derech hanoson, v'shelo b'mokem sakon kederech hanoson osur. Shelo kederech hanoson muter, chutz mikel gebosar b'cholov, sha'asurim afilu v'shelo b'mokem sakon. That's the psak of the Rambam. Now, then the Ramo, yesh omrim, the chol isuri hanoah midrabonon muter lisrapo is boen afilu choyle shen bo sakona, if it's isur drabonon, isur hanoah, of Rabbanon, you're allowed to have benefit from it. Even the cholash en bo sakona. Then he brings vafilu yain nesach bezman hazeh mutar lisrapos. Last minute merchatz. They used to take a wine yain nesach and for as like a, pour it on the body externally. That's you're allowed to do. He says. That you said that's derech hanoah. The people used to pour wine on the body for healing purpose. He says, he says, no. Then he brings what we just mentioned of the Bishesa. Mutar lister of sheretz or shor dvar isur. That's the punchline. Said maybe you might say it's only the Rambam, not according to the Rosh. So the Ramo brings you're allowed to burn a sheretz or any isur, and he says, "V'lo'ochlo l'refu afilu choyle she'en bo sakona chutz mi ba'atzei avodas kechovim." So he goes according to the opinion that even l'choyre kilayim would be allowed to. Only atzei avodas kechovim, he said. Okay, so you see from here, if something is burnt already, destroyed, you're allowed to consume it. So according to this would be what we saw so far. I'm talking about now only about medication that not chewable, have no taste, have no sugar.
They don't have a taste or a sugar.
Okay, good. So it would be the same thing, no different. That would be.
No, I mean, it's not burnt. I'm saying.
Yeah, according to this, anything that was burnt or destroyed. Burnt is just one form of destroying something. It was chemicalized, and it's no taste to it. It's bitter. As I mentioned last night to Herschel, you can't say, let's have for breakfast, for the main course,
Pills.
vitamin A and B, and for the middle course, vitamin C, and for dessert, zinc. There's nobody making a breakfast out of medication or vitamins. It's not derech hanoah. It's not the way you would enjoy whatever it's derived from. Memele, according to the Rambam, according to more, like I said, more the Mechaber and the Ramah, you're allowed to do it. It's not anymore food. Memele, it's no isur. Now, those which is big machmirim, they have a whole koile and many hundreds of pages written, not like we just mentioned. They're going to tell you what you should buy, there's no chometz, and where it's kosher, and how sick you are. All this in Yonim. L'chora, where they're coming from? L'chora, it's clear. Rambam says it's okay. The Mechaber says it's okay. The Ramo says it's okay. Burning a Easter, destroying a Easter, if that's not anymore Easter, it's Afra Ba'almahu. And by the way, the Lashon of the Levush, it's even clearer than that. The Levush brings a Lashon, here's the Lashon, very clear. He says, Aval Lisra of Sheret, or Shar Dvar Isur, Lochla Lerfu Mutter, Aval Bishan Bosakana. Aval Bishu, Isur the Araisa. The Kevan Shesoirev, since you're burning, again, destroying that food, Azdale Isura, the nasa kepirsha ba'alma. The Isur disappears. By burning it, by destroying it, the Isur flies away from there, it becomes pirsha ba'alma, like garbage. It's not nothing there. So you see from here clearly, it's l'choira, if it becomes afra ba'alma, the Isur doesn't exist. So what's the problem to take medicine or vitamins? Elamai, the argument would be what Mordechai, before he left, he mentioned over here, what about if swallowing is like eating? L'choira, according to the Rosh, if we're going to say swallowing it's like eating, ach shavei, maybe you're reviving it, you bring it back to life, it's Isur. So we're going to talk about it tomorrow, that it's not so. swallowing a pill, it's not eating. Why? We're going to talk about it tomorrow. Okay, go ahead.